India and US has been trading since decades, and the relationship has been mutually beneficial to both the countries. Areas where US has expertise, they were exporting to India, and services and other areas where India has better cost effective manufacturing and provision of services, India has been doing that. The relationship has been mutually beneficial, and we hope that it should continue like that. Suddenly, the US president action on levying penalties and high tariffs on some of the countries has caused global disruptions. And it is not only India, but even in the long run, US will feel the pinch out of it. But important thing is, if US want to act protectionist and watch its national interest, what it thinks best are, though in the long run we don't think they are in good best interest of US citizens, but still if they want to act in a particular way and protect their own interest as they think seems fit, same as a sovereign country, India has every right to protect its domestic national interest. Our large population is dependent on farming, and we have to protect them. Dairy product is also important for us. We have the largest number of cattle in our country. We need to protect our large market. Even manufacturing, MSME, they cannot be just left to global vagaries. So India is acting in a balanced and matured way, which had been the hallmark of global trade practices. In addition, India also has, as a sovereign country, right to protect its energy security. When Ukraine-Russia war started, that time there was a big concern about should countries buy Russian oil, because Europe and major countries, including China, were buying oil from Russia more than what India was buying. And there was consensus across globe that Russia, which is supplying almost 10% of the global oil, if that does not come to the market, then the crude oil prices will shoot exponentially and it will harm global economy. The global oil prices will cross more than $100 to $120 a barrel, and it was decided that every country can buy oil subject to upper cap limit of price, and India adhered to that situation, and it not only helped India to support its energy security, but it also helped stabilize global oil prices. Otherwise, all the countries across globe would have been buying their crude oil at very high price, and China, which was buying almost 40% of Russian oil, would have increased its procurement from Russia at a much lower rate, and this would have further caused disbalance. So trade and tariff have a global impact. Everybody should respect the sovereignty and national interest of each country and ultimately come to a negotiation bilaterally. There were multilateral platforms which had stood the test of the time, but if new scenario ecosystem has to be developed, it has to be with mutual consent and negotiation. I think India is at its best position to watch its interest, and in global arena, nobody is permanent friend or permanent enemy. Wherever our interest will align, we will move in relationship at that level to that side of the nations. So I think SCO Summit is a very important platform at present, where China, Russia, India and other countries are part of this important multilateral platform, and they have accepted India's concern over terrorism and cross-border infiltration of terrorists. We have to move ahead. We have to work. India stands for peace, and India stands for discussions and global better and transparent trade relations. But our national interest about energy security, farmers' interest, etc. are important, and it's at present work in progress. We also want better trade relations with US. We continue to engage in discussions with all the countries for mutual benefit.